Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is Monday, Septembre 2, 2013. If you think that I'm going to try to say 2013 in French, then you're fucking high. Welcome to Day 9 Daily number 624, where we don't learn to be a better gamer because it's Monday, which means it's time to dick around. Yeah! I didn't know it was a holiday because, believe it or not, I don't keep a calendar of holidays in my room. I just scheduled the daily. And given that I am Day 9, the CEO of Sean Plott, I'm the chief executive officer of myself, and I didn't give myself time off today because of my just dumbedness and unawareness of the holidays. But that's cool, because I know you probably have had a nice restful Labor Day weekend and are looking forward to this Funday Monday to just round things off, because we all know that Monday is the best day of the week. Really excited because I got a haircut and it looks not bad. Yeah, I should get my haircut more often as opposed to looking like someone who went backpacking across Europe and got lost and came back a few months past due date with a little bit of a haggard, gross sort of grime, like a thin, oily layer that just makes my face glisten and the hair sort of just doing its own thing because no products touched it in a while. Of course, I looked like that going in there, and I go to Salon 11. My man's Jared, cuts my hair, and he's like, "Sean, what's going on?" Wow. It's been a while, hasn't it, Sean? And I was like, yes, my friend. And I'm not going to lie. This is the reason I go there is because I say, Jared, just make me pretty. And he's like, you got it, my man. As though I just said something sexy to him, right? And if I feel good, I'm like, yeah, I go crazy. But what I hate is when you go to other people and they're like, how many inches do you want off? I'm like, what does that fucking mean? I didn't go to cosmetology school. Am I gonna like stick a ruler in my head beforehand and be like, well, it looks like 3 3/8 inches because it's been a little bit of time? I just want to walk out of this location and not be embarrassed. Can you do that? That's what I want to do. So, Monday topic for today. Just make sure the chat's looking good. Chat goot. I think the chat might be something like a year behind. Okay, cool. Some of you are on point. Some people are still doing the countdown. Every time before I do the show, I'm like, 10, 9, 8, and people type 9, 8, 6. And somebody's like still typing, and he's like 4, 3. And I'm like, dude, that was minutes ago, man. Dude, you're actually from the past. You're a time paradox right before us. Anyways, let me tell you what we're doing today. In Funday Monday, we're doing the same topic as last week. It is the following. You have to play in a 3v3 or 4v4 where everyone on your team can only build one unit, the exact same unit, the same one for every single one of you. That's right. So we're going to have some good stuff. Oopsie daisies. There. Turning on all my sounds and my music. As is customary with every Funday Monday, we like to do an introductory game. And we're actually not going to do a terribly large amount of games today, just 3. This intro game. We're going to do an epic game, and then we're going to do a fucking epic game. I think we're going to get that done. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 1, where we have down in the bottom right, oh my god, oh no, I have Friday's overlay. This is embarrassing. Quickly, where's the overlay up there? Oh my god. Okay, the mouse, it's being confined. Unconfine the mouse cursor. I need to go to the encoder. Oh my god, we have panic. Turn that on, turn that off. Open this up. Get that mutant off the screen. Oh, thank god. But that is quite a nice haircut. But seriously, get him off the screen. Remember, it's Monday. It was the right time to dick around, I think. I think we nailed it. But that's fine. If I ever need to at any point in the game, I can just be like, no, what are you doing? Stop! Don't micro that way! Alright. Here we go. In this introductory game, we have in the bottom right-hand corner the rating system that extremely violent movies received in the 1970s and 80s. PG. I saw a man get his head and arm dismembered in a movie that was rated PG. Thanks, 70s and 80s. Now everything's R. And it's way tamer. They just say fuck once, and now it's an R movie. This daily is already rated R, I want you to know. But PG, back then, I would have to die on air to get PG-13, probably. Into the game. PG's down here. We also have another enemy, GS Zerg, LL Secco. And in the left position, Hod Freya. Oh yeah, we got Drunk P Ernst. We got Drunk P Multi-Mouse. We got Drunk P Reptilia. Oh yes, GL to the HF. GLHF, it's Friday here. Oh, Freya. You haven't been on the internet lately, where whenever it's Funday Monday time, it's Monday. You fool! You've opened yourself up to being a target. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I want to go around Freya and ask him if it smells like Updog. What's Updog? Fucking owned. Oh my god. Steamrolled and demolished. Teeth littering the pavement like Pokemon cards. Unbelievable. That's how I owns the people. Time zones, bro. Friday in one place, Monday in another place. Alright. We got, you know, I'll just tell you right away what these players are doing. Reptilia, Multi-Mouse, and Ernst are all going Mass Oracle. For any of you who don't know, I can show you the Protoss tech tree. There's an Oracle right there. That's the one they're building. It's a ways down, but that's fine. All they have to deal with is PG and Freya doing the canonical Zerg Rush. I'm not opening any of these because who wants data in it? In an information age where every single problem that every company is trying to solve is the amount of data you have to sift through, the last thing you want to do on your nights and weekends is sift through data. Do you like the smell of lasers in the morning, says Reptilia? I think it's a reasonable inquiry. All players going for double gas before Cybernetics Core, because if you're going to go Oracles, you may as well commit to Oracles. I like fresh meat in the morning, comma, nothing else. Freya, I think indulging in some movie line dialogue options that I've never seen before. I only watch the old school, ultra-violent, PG-rated movies that it would be appalling to put children in front of. So Freya's doing the infamous double hatch in main base with the double spawning pool in main base. So that way, each hatchery can build Zerglings. Think about it. Now, of course, the funniest part of all is while he was saying that fresh meat comment that didn't really inspire any feeling in us, he built a second spawning pool. Not bad. Not bad at all, really. I would give it a solid C+. Like, you're above average, don't worry, that's a C+. It's not honor roll, but you get it a little better, just a little bit better than everyone else, so fantastic. We have the double spawning pool going down right now, and as much as I want to really rag on him, don't tell me you haven't done that. Don't tell me you haven't roach rushed in Zerg vs. Terran. And then, in the mid-game, thought, you know, roaches would be really good right now. And you build another roach horn. Ugh. And then you pull a root slush and you research speed and tunneling claws to make it look intentional. And then people go, metagame shift. Nice one, slush. Miss you, man. Alright. Expo's going down from PG. He's building a hatch outside of his base. A little bit of an unorthodox move, but that's fine. Stargate going down. Cry, says Reptilia, who's sobbing little lizardly tears. He's a cold-blooded blue Oracle building player. Getting the Forge up, because if we can't build anything but Oracles, we better get some other form of defense. Now, Mothership Core in the rules was fine. I wanted to give the Protosses at least some tool. But, McGird. One ling goes up, all lings go up. Mothership Core there, and thank God Freya's Assault and Pylons. He's microing. He's microing. Micro! Alright, didn't quite get it, but boy, did he put a dent in things. Time to double Zergling. Ooh, a layer out of the second hatch, so that way if a Terran player scanned like this, he would think there's no layer tech. I like it. Alright, Expo going down. Why? Because we got extra funds. Gonna go ahead and open up the resource tab, since I think it's the only legit tab in 3v3 games. Notice that this is completely unparsable. This I can cope with. Both all have about the same supplies. Alright, it's time for the Oracle Assault. It's time for the uh-oh. Viad Rays. They're building Viad Rays. And oh. Uh-oh, PG. PG's bringing his PG-lings to decapitate, dismember, and generally dismantle the Nexus of Multi-Mouse, but that's okay. These players know what the Oracle's all about. They're going to continue to build nothing but Oracles. And I think that this is a really good representation of the spirit of this Funday Monday challenge. You gotta really commit. It's so tempting, especially if you're in a pub game, to abandon ship and go for something a little more reasonable, like some Zealots or some DTs. But right now, oh my god, PG's really bringing the hurt down. In that unit tab we see, it's a purveyor of many fine lengths. Time Warp goes down for some reason. Not good enough. But this is going to be kind of a problem. Mr. Double L Secco, who's going for the 1 base, 2 Stargate Void Rays. Does he even have an extra base? Does he even have one? Oh, he does. Yeah, of course. What a fool. What a fool am I to think that he would not have his economy really spelled out. Freya, I'm starting to see the reason behind that early second hatch and main base. He's got the queens, man. And, Oracles, I think, are a great demonstration of what really should be happening in movies, which is that everyone runs out of bullets after about 30 seconds because they just didn't have an extra clip. And they just sort of sit there and, I guess we just look at each other. We grimace at each other offensively. Oracle harass. Can't really seem to pierce in. Just burrowed it. Burrow. If only there was some way for the Oracles to detect cloaked, burrowed, and hallucinated units for 60 seconds. I mean, I'm going to be a fantasy man here for a moment. Like, sometimes, when I'm going mass Oracle, I just wish that the balance team would wake up and listen. But then again, I remember doing Funday Monday, so I shouldn't criticize too bad. I should just cry in public. Alright, uh-oh. Now, if you can't shoot up with Oracles, how are you going to expect to keep your base up? Now, of course, we saw some intense Zergling micro from Freya earlier on. This is the intense Void Ray micro of Double L Secco. Are you going to overcharge? Hell yeah. Target this, target that, target that. But while all this is going on, there used to be a base here. Oh! Oh, Oracles, yeah. Now, if you envision one of those Oracles, then, oh, no, they ran out of bullets! Oracles out of bullets. Uh-oh, out of bases. It looks like Ernst. This is everything that Ernst has. He's rebuilt. No. He tried to kill off the rocks, but he ran out of ammo. Are you serious? Wait, really? No, I didn't see that the first time. Wait, we were rewinding, man. I don't even care. Okay, come on. Did he really? No. It's just, we're tired. I don't want to shoot the rocks anymore, man. God. Duh. Build a cannon and have it shoot the rocks. It doesn't even need bullets. Oh, that's... oh, it's so good. PG's collecting some roaches because he played in the beta and he knows that the roach is super duper imba reptilia. Uh-oh. Oh, he ran out of bullets again. Hey! Good thing we didn't have these probes available and able to attack. Ah, that's a gift. That moment right there. Okay, multi-mouse. Getting into position. Uh-oh, Reptilia getting into his respective position. Cannons abound. They're not for the roaches, but they'll deal well with the roaches. And finally, we have just enough bullets to deal with this base. And Reptilia, he clears it out! Looking so good, looking so fine, until the Void Rays come up. I'm going to continue to call them Viod Rays, because some guy gave me a ticket because he thought that I had been parked there for 3 hours when I had just parked there. And then he said that the ticket was then Viod. And on the ticket he said that it was a white car. A W-I-G-H-T white car. I want to call him stupid, but he could very well be really into D&D. Maybe he was up against some demonic whites, or perhaps he was recently casting the White of Precinct 6 for a little bit of bonus damage. I mean, with Grizzly Salvage, that's a nice combo. And if I had a white car, then holy shit, man. Can you imagine how buff that would be? People like drive through walls and whatnot. Oh, perfect. So anyways, these are Viod Rays. W-I-G-H-T, white. Yes, pretty fly for a white guy. Nice one, man bun. Excellent. So excellent. I'd like to give a shout out to Manbon, Linest, Kadwa, and who's the other one on your team? They won one of these MegaMonobattles building only Vipers. That was pretty sick. I don't know if we'll have time to be able to see it today because these games are long! But that's fine. Oh, that's right. Lickrear. Lickrear. Alright. The harassment doth continue. Oracles, harassing unit darting in, darting out, packs of oracles everywhere, 5 oracles, 11 oracles, and a mothership core, maybe for some time warps. Hell yeah! Nope, maybe get that. Nope, maybe just a sacrifice. No, they did warp back. Excellent. C'est excellent. And as the micro continues, we see that PG is starting to slowly fall apart. We're also starting to see that Sekko is really never going to make use of the second base. He only really needs it for the gas. That way he can get his Void Ray Cloud up to 22. It's going to be rather hard to deal with. Alright. And there he goes. Reptilia. Drunk Reptilia. Oh yeah, this is why people build the Void Ray. Because it is the true savior of 1A mindset. Now this is not the carrier. The ultimate battleship, no, because carriers have to send things out. Void Rays decimate things in such a visually pleasing and fast fashion. Like, these oracles are doing nothing compared to the damage that the Void Rays would be doing. Viod Rays. Okay. Maybe we could envision them, maybe we could detect them. Uh-oh. Photon overcharge. Look at how fast these cannons go down. Look at the Nexus. Oh, and the oracles run out of bullets. Spire, die! Yeah! And in the meantime, literally everything Protoss has is just getting bear mauled. But Void Rays sneaking down the right side. PG about to get GG'd. So this is what is exciting. When you are playing a MegaMonobattle, you choose a unit that seems a little bit counterintuitive. The Oracle. And then you face your worst enemy. Literally anything that flies at all. He's burning through them, and I think that Freya's doing the right thing building Spore Crawlers as fast as he can. I mean, I think that, of course, PG down the bottom right is just dying as slowly as he can, which is about the best that he can do at this point. Reptilia has been revealed. The Void Ray count continues to stay at 16. It would be getting Chrono Boosted, but let's be honest. You want to save that Chrono Boost. I mean, 2 Nexi full of energy. Think of the potential. Yeah, yeah. This is a lesson that I, like, it has been beaten out of me, and I have still figured out a way for it to sneak back into my brain. For any of you who don't play Magic or Hearthstone, this is not going to mean anything to you, but like some sweeper that will sweep his whole board, I'm always like, but if I take a little more damage and wait another turn. Maybe I can sweep even more stuff. It's one of the fastest ways to die. So good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there used to be a base here, but there ain't a base anymore because the oracles are swinging in like big balls of death, which is something I have to be very careful saying in any other context. And that's something that I think people don't understand, is that as much as people find certain bits of language confusing, things like, yeah, Fast Expo, he's going to do a transition to Void Ray. Oh god, his Dark Templar crushed me, I didn't have detection. If you don't play StarCraft, those things sound kind of weird. But nothing sounds nearly as odd as Death Ball. What a stupid term. This is like my biggest shame as a StarCraft player, is when my non-StarCraft friends are listening to everyone talk about how stupid death balls are. I wish the game wasn't all about building a death ball and then rolling with your death ball. Can you think of something sillier? Cheese, even cheese is like kind of catchy, right? Right? Like, oh, it's a cheesy play. I'm like, oh, I sort of get that, but death ball. No one ever said, no one in rugby, when they're doing like the scrum, or like now they're going to get together into two sweaty death balls and push against each other to try to get the rugby ball. It just doesn't sound good. You say a scrum. Alright, the Viod Rays. Getting in. Viod Rays. Income looking pretty scanty for pretty much everybody. And if at first you don't succeed, cannon again. We got cannons here. And in fact, I think I can just open up this. We got 2 cannons. We got, oh, that's the wrong, oh no, 14, 3, and 48 cannons. In fact, let's go on an incredible cannon journey while I just cycle through all the cannons that have been built. This guy, we're like not even halfway there. The number of cannons built, hell yeah. Can 48 cannons deal with this many Void Rays? I don't know. Let's go on an incredible cannon journey. Maybe an indie game designer will be hearing that and thinking, what mechanic can I extrapolate from that? If any of you can remind me, what's the passport simulator? The passport officer simulator, like the immigration officer simulator game that's like really popular right now? Oh, jeez, Void Rays are good. Papers, Please, that's right, yeah. For any of you who don't know about this game, you play the guy at the airport that checks your passport and your ID and lets you through. And it's amazingly compelling. Papers, Please is the name of it. So certainly I can think of a way that someone would create Cannon Journey Simulator 2.0. Units lost. It's a lot for Reptilia. He's getting the beats hard. You know, that cannon count was at 48 and is actually now at 50 because they're still getting made. But fortunately, if you never attack and only counterattack, you might not win, but you'll definitely be making someone angry, which is a win in itself. Oh! It's been Re-Artosis Pylon. And you know, honestly, the Artosis Pylon gets a really bad rap, because let's be honest, if all these cannons were unpowered, you only need to build one pylon to bring them all power. What a noble and giving Artosis Pylon that is. It is the one structure that has chosen to power so many unpowered buildings. Artosis Pylon for president. Do you really want an inanimate object to be the President of the United States? Yes, certainly. And even with an inanimate object as president, people would be really excited. They would be cheering and hooting and hollering as that inanimate object gets placed into office. And then after about 6 or 7 years, they'd be like, well, he's an asshole and I don't like him, and I never liked him. He didn't follow through on his promises. Ugh. I guess I'll vote for that chair that's running. Because a chair is really different from a pylon. You can rest on it. Yeah. That's it. This is why we have democracy. So that way people who think like this get the privilege to vote. But you promised. Oh. Chair is dependable. Yeah, chair is strong. This Artosis pylon, it goes down. And you know what's going to bring it back is an Artosis pylon. Of course, Mr. Secco, who was complaining about the 1v3. Multi-pylon. Yes, I would totally vote for a cake. If a slice of cheesecake ran for president, oh god, I would eat that campaign up. And now we get the chance to see how units that cannot interact successfully defeat the enemy. When we come back in part 2, there's a rather crazy game where we have 3 Terran players who will choose a seemingly impossible to choose unit. The medevac. But what would it heal? Oh, that's right. Workers. When we come back, we'll see what a worker medevac en masse team looks like in this week's Funday Monday.